Hey everybody, this is John from Bash, and today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe, and ring that notifications bell so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, a Choosing Beggar wants to pay their rent with drugs. Let's jump right in. Okay, so from 1987 to 1996, my wife and I did property management. In 1986, a Navy buddy and I bought this condemned apartment building by the beach, fixed it up, and began renting the units out. Things were good at first. Everything was newly renovated, so the apartments went for more than other comparable units in the area. Keep in mind, most of these units haven't been updated since the 1960s. Now, here come the nightmare tenants from hell. Barbie Girl and Dealer Boyfriend. Barbie Girl was a really pretty tall blonde and drove a hot blue Camaro. Dealer Boyfriend was tall, had tattoos everywhere possible on his body, and had a tall mohawk. Barbie Girl was just raving about the apartment and how she liked it because it was close to the beach. We look over things, she pays me 5 months rent, and she moves all of her designer pink furniture into the unit. She was a good tenant at first, but then she called for me to make all kinds of upgrades to her apartment. In one case, she wanted me to buy her a microwave, which was super expensive at the time. Her reasoning was, the other apartment buildings throw in something when you put that much rent down, so I should get something more. 4 weeks pass. She kept calling for this and other things. I kept telling her no. She thought my no meant yes because she kept getting angry over stuff I told her that I wasn't going to give her. She then filed a civil suit against me in court for the condition of her apartment. Her attorney took pictures and it was trashed. She said, "He wants me to be homeless. Look at the condition of this place." I then show pictures of the unit before she gained possession of it and the contracting permit that shows that it was recently renovated. The judge ruled in my favor and the case is dismissed. 2 months of this and I have had enough, so I served them eviction papers when their lease is up for Barbie Girl, and now her boyfriend became an increasing problem. The boyfriend moves in and there isn't much I can do about it because their rent is paid for another 3 months. The boyfriend tries to patch up things with me, but I am very dismissive. A month in, I get complaints of chemical-smelling odors from the apartment from the level that they were on. I went to investigate but don't smell or see anything. No more complaints, so I disregard it for another 2 months. Mid-July. I'm just waiting for August so I can kick them out. At this point, I haven't seen Barbie Girl in months, but her Camaro is still parked out front, so I think that she is in the unit living it up with her boyfriend. I again get complaints from several tenants about a chemical odor smell. A guy that was a mechanic said that it smelled like batteries, which I agree it did. I go over, knock on the door, but they don't let me in. I figure they're going to be gone soon, so I can fix the problem later. Well, as the eviction date approaches, boyfriend moves his 70-year-old mom into the apartment. Now, in California, an eviction can be delayed if a resident is over 65. He played the game so he could get another month for free. By mid-August, the smell is so bad the tenants are complaining non-stop. I really need them to get out, so I hire a lawyer. He goes over the lease agreement and sees that the boyfriend isn't on the lease, only Barbie Girl is. Looking through this further, we find that there is a missing persons report for Barbie Girl. So we do the logical thing, go to the LAPD, file a report for trespassing, and I inform the police that I haven't seen Barbie Girl in months. The police go in with a search warrant and the place looked like it survived an atomic bomb. The pink furniture that Barbie Girl had was brown with yellow stains on it, the paint had faded, and the wallpaper was peeling from the walls. Barbie Girl had become a withered, skinny mess. Her hair had white patches in it and her skin looked horrid. I assumed she was using. Later, the cops confirmed she was. Barbie Girl and her boyfriend get arrested. They are taken away and the mom is put into a care facility. The apartment is sealed off with crime scene tape. I think they made bail because a title loan company came to pick up the Camaro and 8 days later, they came back. One of the tenants said that someone was messing with the apartment and it was them. I called the cops to kick them out. They're kicking and screaming, how dare I kick them out of their home, and how they promised to be good and if I would take drugs to pay rent. They proceeded to plead and beg, "We need this apartment to cook our drugs. Please, take our drugs for the rent." They were taken away by the cops, and I did not hear from them again for a couple of weeks. I didn't refund Barbie Girl's security deposit, and she was asking for it so she could get her Camaro back. I told her that the apartment would cost around $8,000 to get fixed. I hung up the phone and never heard from them again. Well, that is the awful experience that I had with the worst people who thought they deserved the best. In story number 2, what is the opposite of a choosing beggar? What's the opposite of a choosing beggar? Answer: this guy. I put up my Nintendo Switch Lite for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Dude messages me, says he wants to get it set up before tomorrow when his daughter comes. Sure, buddy, why not? He Ubers to the meeting place in the lot of my apartment building downtown. He asks if I have anything else to sell. I tell him I have a bike and a bike rack I'm trying to get rid of before I move out, but it might be a little big for his daughter. He tells me he'll take it anyway, pays full price for both items. The guy is a little erratic to begin with. He immediately ran off to tour the building because he was looking for a place to move. I can see the building manager watching the whole rest of the interaction. He asked me to hold on to the bike for a couple of days, but pays up front. He takes off, and then his Cash App payment cancels out, and I'm bugging, thinking he scammed me. I message him and tell him it didn't work. I set up Facebook Pay so he could pay me. He did, and it showed up immediately, the agreed amount for both items. But not before he tried to get me to run his debit card by sending me a photo of the front and back, his billing zip, a screen cap of his transaction history on his bank app showing he had the cash, and a video of himself giving me authorization to run his card. He told me he'd be back to pick up the bike, etc. in a couple days since he was in an Uber and was planning to go ahead and move in. I haven't heard from him in about 2 weeks. I'm holding on to the bike and rack for now, but I move out of the state in 2-ish months, so I guess we'll see. In story 3, a choosing beggar gets a donation, but it isn't enough. Hi everyone, this happened at the flower shop that I work at about a year ago. A woman came in and asked for a donation. She was organizing a raffle and benefit event taking place that week. She said the event was to help a local man who had outstanding medical bills. She came in and asked for anything as a donation, but said she really wanted a vase of flowers and even gave us a price point. So I thought, no big deal. At the time, I could not give a donation without the owner's approval, so I called him and got no answer. The woman got visibly upset that I couldn't tell her yes right then and there, but I took her name and number and called her that same day when I got a response from the owner. He quickly approved the donation for the price point she wanted. Finally, the day came to pick up. She walked in happy and smiling, but as soon as she was handed the vase of flowers, she became bothered and asked to speak with the person in charge. The conversation went something like this. "Hello, ma'am, is there something I can help you with?" "Yes, I appreciate you doing this, but this is way too small. Why don't you give me a gift card to go along with it? You guys make a lot of money here, I'm sure." I'm completely dumbfounded. My mouth was wide open in disbelief for what seemed like 10 seconds. "Well, ma'am, this is exactly what you requested we donate." "That isn't fair. This is to benefit a member of the community. We deserve more." "Sorry, ma'am, this is our donation. If you're not satisfied, you are more than welcome to leave them here." The lady storms out with the flowers. The audacity! I also later learned that the man's medical bills had already been paid and he was well off financially. I don't know why she organized a benefit. This is John from /bash. Please hit that like button to help with the almighty YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.